2020. What a year, eh? So, here's the Corsair. It's still not finished. It's still not painted. It's on the list of things to do. One of the issues I've had was airbrush failures. Every airbrush I had decided to not work. Just failing. It really really knocked my confidence. I'm still fairly knocked when it comes to that. So, still building up the courage, as it were, to continue with this thing. Well, that being said, I haven't sat still since the last time. I have, in fact, printed a little decal and added rivet detail in there, fairly hefty rivets. You can sort of make out what's on the writing as well. So I need to repaint that, give that a bit of a dull coat. And then we're going to be looking at painting this guy again. Or not again, just starting painting it. It's not made it through 2020 entirely unscathed. I accidentally dropped a massive playmat on top of it and ended up kinking the antenna and snapping this wing off. But thankfully, it snapped along. It was a clean snap along the wing fold. But yeah, that's on the to-do list of things I need to continue with, because it'd be nice to finish this guy. Currently, I've been inundated with work, so I haven't been able to get to do anything. So I've been working with a fairly long commute from home. So by the time I get home, there's just no energy left to do this, and it's been getting to me a bit. What also doesn't help is that my workroom is an absolute bomb site at the moment. It was taken over by work, because I was working from home, so I had to do a lot of 3D printing in here. So there's been some more machines added to the room, reshuffle, and then just piles of stuff just pushed into corners. I've not been able to address that just yet. But it looks like I'll be having a couple of weeks off over Christmas, so I'll be able to take care of it then, with any luck. And with any luck, I can then continue with that guy. So, yeah, that's the Corsair. Another thing I have sort of tried to do during lockdown was, and if you'll bear with me for a second, this guy, which is a Tamiya 1/48 scale Jagd Tiger. I haven't been filming this because I wanted to just get on with it. I'm not entirely sure why I ended up stopping with it. That's probably because work and other things got in the way of it. Yeah, that's it. It was work, thinking about it. Working at home, as a concept artist like myself, you tend to slip past sort of normal working hours that would sort of constrain you from going too mad with your hours. End up working late into the night with deadlines, and sadly this thing just got pushed. But with that being said, I'm reasonably far along with it. It's a case of washes and dirt and whatnot. So I'm having fun with it. So as you can see, there's some streaks coming on there. So this it's not too bad. I've added the Eduard photo etch set. Don't think I've 3D printed anything for this guy, not this time round. But it's quite a nice kit, coming out quite nicely. I added a touch of blue to the red, and to give it a bit of a more interesting, almost dark purplish color. It may not be historically accurate, but it looks nice, and that's that's what I build for, is to make it appeal to me more than anyone else, because I'm the only one who looks at them. That's that. And then I have resurrected an old project of mine, which is my 3D printed miniguns, or minigun barrels, rather. So I have 2 sets, one with and without flash hiders. Let me zoom in on these. As you can see, they're actually I'm quite proud of these. And I will be selling these little sets, a pack of 2, so you get 2 of these in a pack for, I think it's like £10 or so, excluding postage. But you can see right down the center of those barrel clamps, and then there's the flash hiders. You can see the gaps between the barrels there on the 1/72 scale barrels. So it's quite pleasing. So that's those, and then ones without the flash hider. You can see the muzzles on the 32nd, 35th, and 48th scale ones. 72nd scale ones not so much, because it's a bit dinky. But again, see through these. I don't think I've cleaned these ones properly, because normally you can see through the barrels on the barrel clamp side of the 72nd scale ones as well. All right, there you go. You can see the air through there. There you go. See, these are quite pleased with these. Now, while I've got them out, I'm going to paint some, because I also got this. Hello. I was fed up with the airbrushes I had. As soon as they broke, I just decided, screw it, I'll get myself a good one. So I got this Harder and Steinbeck Infinity CR Plus, and I'm really pleased with this thing. I've been using it mostly for work, to paint these robots for the sci-fi show I'm working on. Will be on Netflix at some point next year. I'll release more information on that as and when I know more, because I've just been keeping my head down, trying to get work done. So I haven't really paid attention as to when it'll be out. But anyway, what I'm going to do is going to paint some of these. Now, what I recommend with them is, because they're so fine and the barrels are so small, is that if you're going to be using anything other than really nicely thin paint, they will clog up the detail on them. Which is why I've also printed them in black. So that's when you spray them, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry so much about trying to cover each and every nook and cranny on them, because it's already, let's say, pre-shaded, as it were, to a degree, because as you can see, it's pretty thin, so it's just a bit translucent there, though. Anyway, let me have a go. So I'm going to go with Alclad Burnt Iron for these, just as a demo. So what I'm going to first do is, shall I go the classics? I call these the classic packs. Or do I go modern? I'll go with the classics for now. And then I'll do some of those in a moment. But I just clip these off, because I've put little indents between the scales, and you can see the numbers there for 72nd, 48, 35, 32nd. You can just pop off. This isn't I have been doing some modelling, not much, what I've been doing is my son, who is now almost 3, has taken an interest into what Dad does, which includes building models. So I was up in the room at the top of our house, where I set up my my computer for work. It comes in, and I had a AC119K Stinger sitting out in the open, where I was just looking at the interior, as you do, because I was looking at the kit, because I'd be working and bored and just want a slight distraction. I'm sitting right next to my stash, so I just pulled one off the stash, and that happened to be the one. And he comes in, he looks at it, he wants to open the box, and says, in his Dutch English, he says, "Make it." So I said, "Yeah, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that." So I've got another AC119 and for him to build, and I also took a number of my kits off the shelves that he might find interesting to build, and we've started working on a 85 Sky Raider, the Revell rebox of the old Matchbox kit, and it's only one page at a time, but I'm quite enjoying having that little time with him, building the kit, and it's great fun. So he's proud of it. Obviously, we're not painting it to the extent that you would normally, but when it's all assembled, we'll take some brushes and some Valleos to it, some acrylics, and see what we can do. Yeah, that's been very rewarding and fun. It's not always about the super detailing and the weathering. Sometimes it's just having those moments. That said, let's paint some of these things. So I'm using the 0.4mm airbrush nozzle on here, primarily because I cannot be bothered to change it at the moment, because it is around about midnight here, and I wanted to get something out before I go to bed tonight. Let's see if we can get this to stay focused and locked. Right, so here we go. Using the airbrush to help dry the paint a bit. So yeah, that's these. And the 72nd scale ones, which really are tiny. I mean, that's my finger next to it. Obviously it's my finger, I'm not holding it with my toes. Oops. Got my phone set up on my Gorilla Pod here. It's just very, very wobbly. I've got another project I'm going to be doing with a friend of mine. Looking to maybe do some board games. So getting a bit more of a... I'm going to try for a slightly more professional setup on that. On this hokey little setup I've got here. But yeah, you can see those. really also clogging up. Be very careful with these. It's already quite densely packed with paint. So that's those. Come on, focus. Focus! There we go. And then finally the 48 scale ones. You don't want to drown these with paint. Look very closely. You can still see the muzzles there, the barrel clamp, gaps between the barrels and the barrel clamp. Cool. Now let me switch that for a second. Let me grab one of the modern ones with the flash hiders. Clippers. See, terrible mess in here. Come on. So, shall we go with the... Yeah, I'll start with the 32s. .35 scale ones. Oop, out of paint. actually quite nice to be painting something that isn't a prop component. It's been a bit of a manic one, this job. You might find that the getting paint down here is going to be a bit tricky, but we're all experienced model builders in the end. I'm pretty sure you'll find a way how to do it. I may swap to a smaller nozzle, or suggest swapping to a smaller nozzle to do that. I mean, this is the 0.4 that's in here, because I am lazy. That's that. Those 30 seconds. And look at that. The reason I made these is because I'm never really fully satisfied with the barrels that come with the with kits. They're always you know, it's hard things to replicate, especially in plastic with injection molding. Yeah, that'll do. So, having got my own 3D printers, figured, like with the Corsair, may as well make my own components. And I think they've come out so nice, I've decided to share them with the world. Now at this point in time, because I am painfully busy at work, I've clumped these together in all 4 scales for ease of printing, and then it's 10 for 2 sets of these, so you'd be getting 16 barrels in total, 4 of each in each scale. So that's, I don't know, it might be steep, I don't know, but you know, it's they're tricky to clean and to take off the printers and not destroy them in the process. And I think they're pretty decent product. Anyway, I'm going to put links to that on my Facebook page, and I'll make an announcement on my channel again at some point. Turn that off. Closer to the time, and all the details will be there. It'll be, yes, it'll be £10 and whatever the US dollar equivalent that is, excluding postage. So yeah, that's the update. These are my minigun barrels. Hope you're all staying very safe and healthy. Yeah, that's it for this time. Sorry about the delay in the Corsair. I mean, I know there's a few of you waiting for me to finish that, as am I. On that note, thank you so much for watching again.